On AM Extra, architecture students and staff at Portland State University are using their skills and their knowledge to help change the world.
The Center for Public Interest Design at PSU hopes to study and promote inclusiveness through design. Joining us in studio this morning to tell us about the mission behind the Research and Action Center is Senior Research Associate Todd Ferry and Athena Rialtos, PSU graduate student and member of the Siletz Tribe. Good morning. Thank you both for joining us.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Great to have you here. A very, very cool program that we wanted to take a deeper dive on here. So Todd, tell us, what is the Center for Public Interest Design?
The Center for Public Interest Design is, we're a research and design center. We're based in the School of Architecture, and we take on real-world projects. We are aimed at community impact, and we do that through participation and participatory processes. And we have a range of programs, everything from a fellows program that involves students and practitioners and faculty to explore new and innovative ways to approach public design. And then we have a graduate certificate in public interest design, and ultimately it's just a place to bring people together to tackle these really complicated problems together, and to hopefully change the trajectory of the practice of architecture.
Yeah, Portland State University, known for urban design, being right in the heart of the city, good programs there. Athena, tell us how this program interacts with your tribal community.
We had a really unique experience where I was able to teach Indigenous architecture based off things that I learned, and engaged the Native community with the Indigenous Nations Studies program on community projects such as an oak savanna that we're restoring on campus. And that was Native and non-Native students that were in the class. And yeah, been able to ask community members in my tribe and elders for advice on our projects.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So I would imagine it's a really great learning opportunity for Native and non-Native students to be able to kind of look at some of the cultural significance of different decisions, ways in which the design can help reflect certain cultures. What do you feel like people are able to take away from it?
I think it's really important to just have a voice in design. I think often it's just architects making decisions and not asking the people that use the space how they would like the space to be. Because we all have a unique experience and how we are involved in space, and so especially as students in a school, it's important to have our voice, and faculty as well.
Yeah, Todd, give us an example of a practical application of this. I mean, what would we see in terms of urban design that would really exemplify what you're talking about?
Well, we're involved in a range of projects, some that are, you might have seen, are some of the tiny house villages around Portland that we design in collaboration with community members. We include people with lived experience with homelessness on the design of what we call sleeping pods, but tiny houses and the common facilities. Because although architects are incredible problem solvers, looking at the global scale, the city scale, all the way down to the detail, the expertise is really for the people with that lived experience. So things like that. Most recently, we had a fellow of practice named Scott Mooney who's working with us and kind of led a project for the new Arletta Triangle Square project. So this was an example of working with PBOT and with Commissioner Hardesty's office. And so not only is it a new public square that didn't exist, but it's also involved 400 community members' input. Neighbors were involved in doing a street mural. Students worked with Anderson Construction to improve math skills while building some of the planter benches. And ultimately, the overarching part of the conversation is this is part of Commissioner Hardesty's initiative to change streets to reduce gun violence. So, you know, one small intervention, but really with the potential for a lot of community participation and a lot of impact.
Absolutely. Yeah, you often think of architecture as just, oh, how are we going to design this building? You don't always think about some of the ways in which design can really influence people and places and where we live. Athena, what does it do for you to be able to see Indigenous traditions, you know, brought into design in this way? What do you think that does for a culture?
I think it's really important, and it feels really incredible to even be a part of the conversation. We're often not asked or not reflected in design, so it's been just incredible to be supported. It's kept me in school. I feel like it also will keep other Indigenous students at school as well. And I think like a lot of our projects have been bringing in our first foods and our first plant medicines into our design, so kind of incorporating more of our land restoration into the practice, into building designs have been really incredible, yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Todd and Athena, very important work that you're doing right here. I'm glad you came in and talked to us about it. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about the projects and work that they are doing, check out the website. It is centerforpublicinterestdesign.org. Some very